Dude, I am disgusting.
I am also disgusting.
You are?
Yeah.
Me too. I am
Dude, so
disgusting.
fucking
I'm disgusting.
tired.
Yeah, you know what? I am very tired too. My whole body hurts, and I don't know how you're going to New Orleans in like 2 days.
Well, I also don't know.
Man, who's all going? The whole crew?
The whole crew. You know, like when you plan something, like somebody's like, "Oh my God, it's
I know
this
exactly what you're
special,
saying.
this special thing, but
Happens
it's
to
not,
me all the time.
yeah, exactly. But it's like, in 8 months or whatever. And you're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Count me in. And they're, you like paid ahead and all of that. That's exactly what happened. That happened with Heather and Katie's, bachelorette. It happened with this birthday thing that I went to this last weekend. And now it's happening again for Marcus's birthday. And I am exhausted. I'm very excited to celebrate them. Like I've been very excited for every single thing. So I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I'm fucking tired. What I feel like? I feel like just this last month, I've been living your life this last, like 5 years.
My old life.
Your old,
I don't travel nearly as
well, I would say like in the last year or so, but I'm just saying like there were many years that you were literally like going off here and then going off there. And I was like, how the frick is she doing that? And I kept thinking, I was like, oh, well, cause she's young.
It's more so like, because when you plan something in advance, it feels like it's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And like, you want to be supportive and you want to be involved and you want to go and do it.
Right.
And then it comes down to you're like, I don't want to go.
Yeah. I'm so tired.
And that's happened to me many times where it's like, oh, well, I really don't want to go. And I can't believe I let this happen again. Yet again. It's happening yet again.
It's happening again. Yeah. But the thing is too, like we said, like every single thing that you've gone to, you're happy that you went. Like there's never a time when you're like, oh my God, I really wish I hadn't done that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good time and it's always a good time with friends. But yeah, I am definitely, it sounds bad, but like I was dreading June.
Well, like understandable.
As it was coming up, because I was like, oh my God, every single weekend is completely booked. And it's not even just the weekend. It's like, home for 2 days, then gone again, and then home for 2 days. And yeah. So anyway, but you just came off a big weekend or sort of week.
Just about a week.
Well, because you were prepping for it before you even started it, right?
Yeah. So we just finished the naked training retreat, the second one ever. And it was great. It
looked really cool.
Every person that was there, was awesome. There was and it's not that like, a lot of people ask, was there any one person or like maybe like where it got weird or,
right.
they maybe, cause sometimes you could have someone who's like not super happy or they, the retreat we did before, we had maybe a couple people, really mostly just one, but that expected it to be a little bit different than the way that it was.
Right.
And it was always a retreat, but they were hoping for more coaching and like almost seminar-esque, like educational type stuff, but that's not what it's for.
Right.
We want to start doing more. Well, we don't do it at all anymore. We don't do it all. So we would like to start doing some workshops. I don't really like to call them seminars. That's stupid. And too many people who are not, don't really have the education or experience to have a seminar, do seminars. I think it's weird. Right. I like to use the term masterclass or workshop because that's what we did in dance. We'd have these incredible choreographers or teachers that are like really well-known and world-renowned would come and they would do master classes. You would take their master class. And we're going to hopefully start doing that. So that can be some of that more educational opportunity and maybe look around where a lot of people in our community with Naked, where they live and look for different cities where we could go and do like a 1-day workshop, like a 2-day workshop and be able to do some hands-on coaching. But the retreat, it is a retreat for a reason. It is just a time for us to, one, exercise together, do activities that also offers exercise in them, like hiking Zion National Park or doing the amazing race. Like it's fun. It's competitive. Like the race was, but we're getting fit. We're doing things that make us more healthy. And then also too, time in the gym. It's a time for everyone to all of us get to work out and move together, but it's not just coaching and, sitting down, looking at a whiteboard, learning things. It's
Right.
not, it's just like, here's what we're doing. They've all been following the program anyways. So things are modified. A lot of us are still offering coaching, walking around, fixing technique and things like that. But it's really just a time for us to get to know each other and, spend quality time with people that are following the program and have been for a very long time. And Jeanna, it really was great. You would have loved this group.
Oh, I know. When you FaceTime me, I was like, I got some FOMO for sure.
Dude, every time I go or do anything, everyone's like, where's Jeanna? They thought that she would be there. And I was like, listen, so did I, but she's not.
But her June is completely taken.
She always has something going on. So they were like, they wanted to FaceTime. So I texted her and I told her to FaceTime me. And I just literally handed the phone off to all the women.
I know. It was funny because me, like, it's like such a, it's always surprising for me. Like when somebody like wants to talk to me in a way. So, you handed the phone off and I was talking to this very sweet girl. I think her name was Stacy. Yeah. Super sweet. And so I'm talking to her and then I think I was talking to like a Becky and a Becca, I believe. Yeah. Yep. And then Chelsea was there. And so I'm like talking to them and I'm talking for a while. And then I was like, where's Brooke?
I literally just walked away.
I know. And I loved talking to them, but I'm just, I'm not, usually in a position to where, I love talking to them, but me, I start to feel awkward. Like, yeah, like what, like, why do you want to talk to me? Like, what should I say? Like, dude, yeah. Should I perform? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Dude, I get like that where I'm thinking like, okay, I'm thinking like, what should I ask him next?
Like, should I try to be extra funny? Like, I don't know. Yeah. And I was literally out of the shower, and it was just like one of those things where I was like, oh, like, B wants me to FaceTime her. So I was like, FaceTime you. And we had that whole conversation. You guys, we had the funniest, I really enjoy Miscommunications. Oh, so much. I love this shit. So Brooke texts me and she goes, hey, FaceTime me. And I say,
we'll wait.
Okay, go.
Preface this. Okay, you guys, okay. I know that Gina's got like one thing after another. And I know this, especially because she couldn't come here.
Right.
And I'm there and I know that she's going to be going to Tahoe. She told me, she was home for like in my mind, she was home for like a day and then she was leaving. Like She got back from Vegas. She was home for like a day or two and then she's gone to Tahoe. Right. And she was kind of stressed out about that, like driving up there. And now they're leaving a day earlier and coming home a day earlier because then they're going to Courtney's weightlifting match and all these things.
I know. Yeah. Parts, it was a lot to remember. She was
also going to Tahoe for a friend of hers birthday, whose name is Jordan.
Right.
And her son's name is Jordan. So that's the preface. And I text her and I'll just read it because it's that good. I texted her and I said, are you available to FaceTime right now? Are you available right now for a FaceTime? And she goes, I will be in a bit. Sammy's parents are here. And I said, who's Sammy? Jordan's fiance. I go, whoa, ha ha ha. Okay. Now I want to see a picture of her. She goes, dude, you have hung out with her. And I said, really? Now I really need a photo. She goes, Morgan's best friend. They've been together for 6 years. She was at the Halloween party. I go, I still do not know who you're talking about. Jordan and her have been together for 6 years.
So
she goes, yes. And Gina, I didn't even told you this part.
What?
She sends me a picture, a screenshot of her, like a family photo sort of. And Gina, I scanned through that photo looking for a new face. I full on was looking through this photo like, I don't get it. It's not Kylie. Okay. That's definitely Morgan.
Yeah, that's Casey.
And that's Casey and that's Sammy. And I almost wrote you back and was like, why'd you send me that picture? And then I realized I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, for those of you who don't know, my son had asked me, he was like, hey, Sammy and I, his fiance, who Brooke has known for like 6 years,
a long time,
like a very long time, and knows like very well, that they might want to get married at the house. So I had them over because I literally had 2 days before I was leaving town again. I said, hey, come over. She said, can my parents come? I said, yeah, no problem. So they had come over and we were discussing like, if we were to do a wedding here, like how we would do it. And so I'm dying because I'm like, dude, how do you not know who Sammy is? Like, what the fuck? And then, so anyway, it was funny. So then she messages me and she goes, oh my God, I thought you were going for your friend Jordan's. I thought you were in Tahoe for your friend Jordan. I didn't realize it was for your son, Jordan. I go, no, I'm not in Tahoe.
And I was like, anyway, I swear you were supposed to be in Tahoe.
I know. It just kept getting better. So
and
anyway,
then,
it was.
and then it gets better.
What?
Then I messaged her today and I'm like, hey, we need a podcast. I'm like, we could do it tomorrow. It was, cause I didn't get to see her. She wasn't able to come up here after the Vegas trip because she had the Tahoe thing coming up. So she had to stay home. And then I basically have been working the retreat,
right,
getting ready for it. And then everyone showed up Wednesday. I'm picking people up Wednesday and I'm with them through Sunday. And man, that doesn't seem like that many days, but that's
a lot of days.
I am so tired.
Yeah.
And I know that I also, I have some blood, hormonal issues and brain issues.
Well, also, I feel like that's a lot of you to like be like extroverted for like extroverted.
Oh yeah.
Extroverted for that many days, like to be on like talking to people. And yeah, it's a lot.
But I did that and I'm so sore. And then, so my weekend's long. I knew that she was going to be in Tahoe. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking we're both really tired. We've had a day, we've had a weekend. And I text her to figure it out a time to do the podcast. And she goes, can we do it today? Because I'm actually leaving for New Orleans. And I was like, what the fuck? Where are you going?
Where are you going? Why are you going?
The folks at Bioptimizers have done it again. They've just released their new and improved formula for the magnesium breakthrough, making it the most powerful magnesium supplement on the market today. They have been continuing their research just so they could improve it. So if you have not tried the new 4th generation formula of the magnesium breakthrough, you definitely want to get your hands on it because it is now more potent and effective than ever for reducing stress, improving sleep, and boosting energy levels. And if you've never tried magnesium breakthrough, now is the perfect time to try it. And here's why. For the deepest healing of many health problems, Dr. Mark Serkis says there is going to be only one answer, and that answer is magnesium. Why does he say that? Well, 2 very important reasons. First, magnesium is involved in 80% of the body's metabolic reactions. And second, about 75% of people are not getting enough magnesium. This is a much bigger problem than most people think. Because when you don't get enough magnesium, you suffer from poor sleep, low energy, and even higher stress levels. In every bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough, you'll get 7 unique forms of organic, full-spectrum magnesium, which can dramatically improve your health. It can help you sleep longer and deeper, reduce stress levels and help you feel calm, and give you abundant, all-day energy to win at life. And because it supports mental wellness, Magnesium Breakthrough can help you finally feel like yourself again. Simply take 2 capsules before you go to bed, and you'll be feeling amazing. You'll notice improvement in your mood and energy levels, and how much more rested you feel when you wake up. For an exclusive offer for our listeners, go to magbreakthrough.com/reps. Again, that is magbreakthrough.com/reps, and use the code reps during checkout to save 10% and get free shipping. If you want your loved ones to be healthier, consider giving them the gift of Magnesium Breakthrough for Mother's Day, Father's Day, or even a spring birthday. Again, the special link is magbreakthrough.com/reps and use the code reps during checkout to save 10% and get free shipping.
You're just gone so much.
I know.
Which is so funny because it's like I'm gone. I mean, both of us to each other, we're gone, and it sucks.
It does suck. No, it's just been this month. This month's been nuts for like that. Like I've literally I'll be gone for like 4 days, back for 2 days, gone for 4 days. But yeah, and what's crazy is I'm sure anybody living that direction, I mean, probably even in Utah, there's this huge heat wave.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
So it's supposed to, I was looking.
Oh, you're going to be in trouble.
I'm going to
you will die.
It was I was looking at it and it was 80s, 90s. And then literally Wednesday through Saturday is 100. It's
and
in
humidity.
The hundreds and humidity, which I am dying. I'm like, oh my God, how, and I don't wear shorts.
You better be
Everyone's
wearing
just wear the shorts. I'm wearing those dresses. Dude. But yeah, so, but I am excited to celebrate Marcus and, it'll be fun. I mean, it's New Orleans, but I'm just going to drink a lot of water. It's what I did in Vegas. Drink a lot of water, try not to break anything,
You broke your toe.
I broke my toe, hobble around. But, oh dude, I was watching this and I thought of you because you always talk about how humid Florida is.
Oh yeah.
So I turned on the show and I literally had to turn it off because it was so gross to me. But it's called Dirty Rotten Cleaners, and I think it's on Hulu. Hulu.
Is it like The Secret Life of like cleaners?
So it's cleaners that go in and clean up homes, and it's based in Florida. The show's based in Florida because since we obviously have hoarders and all of that mess everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But they were saying how bad it is in Florida because of it's the most humid and the hottest of all the states.
All the hoarding states.
Yes. Yes.
Are you from a hoarding state?
From the hoarding states. And dude, they were cleaning out this house for poor Waldo, this guy Waldo. And it was the nastiest. I had to turn it off. And you know me, I love nasty shit.
Oh yeah.
But I had to turn it off midway through because it was there was so much urine that it was growing different things. It had cockroaches. They talk about these German cockroaches, which are the worst ones. And because
the cockroaches in Florida are this big.
Yeah. Well, they were called German cockroaches for whatever reason. And they said that they're the most resilient because they eat each other and they eat their own poo. So they can literally live off of anything. And this guy was just grabbing handfuls of poop. It was,
wait, cockroach poop?
Cockroach poop.
Ugh.
There's cockroach poop on the walls.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was fucking gross. Nasty.
That's
so yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. Just don't hoard in Florida.
No. That is a rule to live by. That seems like if you're a hoarder, okay, move just don't be there because you can't there. I feel like
you can only hoard in dry
yeah,
states.
There's no coming back from that. Let's say you decided to turn your life around and you didn't want to just throw everything away because you're you know what? I do want to get rid of 90% of this, but I want to keep 10% of it. Chances are that 10% it's fucked up.
It is fucked
ruined.
Up. Well, and this is the crazy part is that you're not just ruining the stuff in your house. You're ruining the house.
Mm-hmm.
The urine had soaked into the floorboards and the wood was rotted out. It was growing mushrooms in the carpet. It was just
disgusting.
I had to turn it off.
Don't you remember when there was a leak in that the condo that I lived in Santa Cruz? There was a leak from outside,
and you had
was coming
mushrooms
into my
growing in your
closet. And in my closet, there were mushrooms. And that was absolutely disgusting. I took everything out of my closet, had to rip back the carpet. And then of course I'm renting. So it's like, I don't know what to do. You wait for them to come and bring in a fan. And then it's like, we'll dry it out. And then it's like the process of elimination for people like that, right? It's like if you buy a house and you have home insurance or whatever,
right?
And you have it on your appliances, right? So you buy the house, they're like, well, a warranty. So if an appliance isn't working right, instead of just, there's two types of people in the world. One, the person who goes for the warranty, right? Because they they don't care if it takes a really long time. They don't care if it takes many phone calls and emails and checkups and whatever. They want to save that dollar. And you have the other person who's like, I don't want to wait for any of that shit. I need this to work. I'm just going to buy a new one. Right. I'm definitely
you're the second one. Person. Yeah. I know. Me too.
Because you have warranties, you call and you're like, hey, there's a leak. I think it might be the water heater or whatever. And they're like, well, I can be out there to check on it this day. They come out and check on it. They're like, well, it seems like it should be doing okay. I could probably change this part. We should probably wait and see. Let's get everything in here nice and dry. That could take a week. And then we'll come back and check on it and see if it's worth replacing.
Right. And in the meantime, you've had like no dishwasher or washer and dryer or anything. Well, and I also feel like every time I've bought a warranty, like say it's like a 2-year warranty or 5-year warranty, which they won't do warranties longer than that, right?
You lose your receipt.
You lose your receipt. No, or you're like, they check it and they're like, oh, you're, 1 month past your warranty. I'm sorry. That's not going to work out. And I was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did I buy this stupid warranty? Yeah. So yeah, it's literally happened to me probably 3 or 4 times. Happened with my car. It was like, oh, if the transfer case goes out, if it's under 90,000 miles, because I've had my car for a long time. So the guy's like, oh yeah, it's under 90,000 miles. So like, we could probably take care of that for you. And then he goes, oh, but it's 90,000 miles or 5 years. And I'd had it for like 7 years. So I was like,
you're like, but if it's 90,000 or can't we just stick to the first one? And
I know. They go for the low one.
You're like, so you're saying this isn't like an either or situation. It's
no, definitely not. So they're like, you're screwed.
So lame.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like the snake oil of appliances.
The retreat was awesome. There was so many wonderful people there. One in particular, her name is Margaret, and she's from New York City, and she is the best, Jeanna. And you guys know how Jeanna and I collect divorced women, and she's also divorced, and she is so awesome. Yeah, she's a force, and she's divorced.
A force and divorced. She's divorced.
She's divorced. And she's coming to Bali.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
We were sitting at breakfast and I can't remember who was asking me like about it or whatever. And she may have asked me a question and then I like answered it. And then she goes, I'm going to be there. And I go, wait, what? She goes, I bought my spot 2 years ago.
No way.
And I was like, I told her, I'm like, you just made my day so much better.
That's so awesome.
It just made me realize too, because, we look at like the people who are coming on the Bali trip and I haven't looked at it in a while. And this is also, I need to double check and see if everyone's paid in full to see exactly who's going. But there are so many women coming that are like, mid 30s in their 40s.
Love it.
So it's going to be so much fun.
I love it.
Yeah. It was
pussy power.
Really good time. Oh yeah.
Pussy
and
power.
I had talked to some people I was there saying that, we've brainstormed about the idea of us doing a between the reps trip.
Right.
That people could go on. They like that idea.
I would be down for that.
Oh yeah.
It was funny because like somebody was, I think it was Stacy that I was talking to. and I don't know if she meant, so sorry, Stacey, if you're listening and I screwed this up, but I didn't know if she meant to do like remember how we said like we would like travel places?
Yeah.
But it was like, well, where would we travel and how many people would show up?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
No, for sure.
Like if you plan like a tour or something like that, it's like,
all right, guys.
Okay,
We're at our first stop. Can't wait to see who all showed up. And then we like
we'll be in Cincinnati, and then it's like
open the van door. Like it's more. No, it's like this. It's like move that truck, and it moves. And it's just
no one.
Like, all right, move it back.
Never mind. This is embarrassing. No,
but it was, you really would have loved me and everyone that came to the retreat. In fact, so Stacy, her and her husband were there, and they were celebrating their anniversary and his birthday.
Oh, very
and
cool.
They live in upstate New York, and they were really fun. I mean, everyone, there were so many cool people.
Oh, I love that.
You would have loved it.
I would have loved it. Well, maybe we will do a between the reps.
No, I think we should.
I'm just worried because, the activity part.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's between the reps, Gina. So
I know.
What are we going to do? Well, for sure, we're going to have a lot of yuck activities, which is, maybe we should have to do certain activities in overalls. Yeah. Right. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like a field game competition in overalls. Like where you carry the egg with the spoon. Yes. Or like bobbing for apples. All of it. In the tail. Stack races. No, I'd get hurt for sure. 3-legged race. Yeah. We can do that. Yeah. Wheelbarrow race. I just see myself we just play Twister. I love all of it. We have like we do one of those wine nights where you have someone that teaches you paint, like the paint night where you drink wine. Yeah. And we like doing paint nights. We do like doing, I still have our paintings. Yeah. So, hey, if you're listening to this, we're going to work on it, whether we plan it ourselves or we work with a company like maybe, like Trova Trip, who's doing the Bali trip. But to maybe email us and let us know if you're even interested. Yeah, actually, betweenthereps@gmail.com. Email us and maybe let us know some locations that you think would be really fun. Yeah. And maybe we'll just plan it ourselves, Gina. And so we don't have to, I don't know. If we did plan it ourselves, we would also have Devin, who'd be really good at getting shit done. At it. Yeah, she'd be really good at getting shit done. Hey, we're doing this. It's at Brooke's mom's. I'm like, hey, Mom. Sorry, Leslie. Mom, so don't be mad. We're having a retreat here. We just have a bunch of sleeping bags on the lawn. We're having people are laying there while dogs are coming and taking little dumps next to them. Okay, guys, now we're all going to pick up the poop. All right. Hey, don't step in that. We just use everyone to clean your mom's house. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. So Yuck Sunday. We're going to start by spending most of the morning in bed watching scary movies. And then we're going to wake up and sort of want to clean ourselves up, by that, I mean, we maybe brush our hair, we put on our overalls that we had on the night before and brush our teeth. And then we brush our teeth and then we might clean up the kitchen. We might do a little bit of cleaning. And then from there, the fun starts. We head down to the market. We get some snacks. We get some drinks. And then we go back and we choose some more shitty shitty Netflix shows. Horror movies. Yeah. But we laugh a lot. Horror is required. We laugh. Maybe we one day we just do a pamper day and we get a spa day.
Yeah. But it's actually not even like they think they're paying for a spa and we just throw out like some of those like face masks from like animal face masks.
We're all just sitting there like, all right, now get your, grab your bag. Okay. We pull out like a face mask
Just
and then we also, we pull out like one of those big, huge, heel file things.
Yeah, just grab your own heels.
All right, guys.
The petty egg.
Yeah.
The old petty egg. All right, guys. Well, we had to make this a quick one because Brooke needs to go to bed and so do I.
All jokes aside, not even jokes, because we love to joke.
Yeah.
And actually, I just want to say this to you, Gina.
Yes.
Still to this day, I know that we've experienced this together many times. I started listening to one of our podcasts, one of the recent ones. I laughed my ass off.
Which one?
Why it's like, I listen to us sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can 100%, it's like, I feel like I'm one of our listeners that's just listening to us, yet I'm listening to myself and I'm just like cackling. Yeah. I'm so dumb.
I mean, so dumb, but yeah, I know. I mean, I definitely have listened to a couple. It's hard because like people will write in and they'll say, I listened to this. And I'm like, I don't remember what we said. Like we don't remember what we said, but damn, it's because we enjoy each other so much. Yeah. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't even matter if anybody else was listening.
What's funny is, we're just so honest and vulnerable and transparent on our podcast and all the time. But by doing that on the podcast, I've found and learned this, I go into the real world where people I don't know that well, or maybe not at all, but they listen to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, the retreat, you're starting to interact and getting to know each other. Well, they know me very well.
Right.
Because they listen to the podcast.
Right.
And every once in a while I'll say something and like, they have a response because they know the story behind it. You know what I mean? Or like,
which is so cool.
We were in the car and I was saying something and I was talking about something and I said, just barely. And I see Chelsea go,
yep.
Like smile and just look at me like, and I look at her and I go, I said, just barely. And she goes,
I said, just barely.
She's like, oh yeah. I was like,
okay. You did. You always say just barely.
I'm never going to stop saying it. It was just one of those, like, so many moments where I'm just being me, like you and I are just being us all the time.
Right.
But I just am not used to people knowing like the references.
Right.
Right. So many things. And then when they know it, I'm like, I did share that, didn't I?
Yes.
Like we're sitting there at the first night and I'm talking to the girls and it was prior to talking to you and after talking to you, we're laughing and we're talking. And even one of them said, I was talking about how some of the things we've discussed or shared or talked about, and we're laughing. And she's like, yeah, like when you talked about your first time.
Oh,
like,
shit.
And I go, they're like, or when you shit your pants in the museum. Like, yes.
It's like those moments where you're like, I'm happy that I was able to be myself, but also,
wow.
It's a little embarrassing when you have to look at somebody face to face. You're like, it's just usually just us. And we're like, we don't know who's listening. But then all of a sudden, like, they're like, I know you shit your pants.
Oh yeah. But I will tell you, I mean,
very cool.
So many, and we get this all the time, but when I meet anyone, but for example, I met a woman who, and I'm not going to say names just because, but I met a woman who at the retreat who, for those of you that are listening, I met a lot of people that had wonderful things to say to me and also made me feel the exact same way. I'm just referencing this one thing because now I know all of them listen to the podcast. Right. But one person just kind of let me know, I guess, what role, how I was able to help her through her divorce and through a lot of personal stuff. And through like our training program and my YouTube channel and our podcast. And to hear that, and then to be able to experience being around that person for so many days and just watching them like just thrive and glow that is,
makes it,
it just feels, it feels really good to know that, even when we feel like we're really not doing much, we are in fact doing a lot for many people. Maybe not everybody, but it's not what it's about. So
I love that. Well, and you know, for our listeners, like, we do really appreciate that. And if us being exactly who we are is going to bring that to someone, that is, it's just a huge gift to us, you know, back, because, you know, as we've shared over and over again, we're like to think that you could have that kind of impact on somebody without, you know, being an inspirational speaker, or, you know, like just sharing your actual experiences and, you know, your ups and downs and all of that. It's nice to know that that's helping someone else. And if anything, just shows that other person that by sharing their experiences, they in turn can help somebody else, you know, which is really what we want. It's just, you know, women helping women, or just, you know, people helping people.
We had one woman there, and then we will turn this off. But, her name is Dana. She's beautiful. She's from West Germany. She came out from Germany.
Wow.
And she's lost 100 pounds.
Wow.
And she was talking to me in one of our last days there, because I've been it played a huge impact on her. And so has Dana, Lynn Bailey. And she kind of told me, what'd she say? Said many things. And then she told me, she said, you know, you like saved my life. Wow. And so little things like that, it's like, you just, you know,
you just don't know.
No. And I also, that's why we believe it's so important to be vulnerable and honest and be ourselves, but also because we don't know how we're affecting so many people, being really willing to be self-aware and self-reflect and speak up if you feel like maybe you could have rubbed someone the wrong way unintentionally and you don't want to do that. It's like, just say, I'm sorry, or like talk to people and communicate. And I think that that's something we've talked about. It's lacking because people are approaching life these days, and has been for a while, as if you only get one chance and don't fuck it up.
Right. Or if you like you have it all figured out.
Yeah. And you can't just change your mind.
Right.
It's like you can't learn anything.
Right. Right.
So just want to remind all of you guys that, and I actually taught this to my niece today. You know, we were kind of talking about how you can impact people just by saying, like, engaging in conversation. We were leaving the fruit market, like this fruit stand that's here during the summertime. And the girl that I checked us out, she said, you know, have a nice day. And I said, oh, you too. Right. And left. And my little niece said, every time someone says that to you, like, are you supposed to say, like, respond basically? And so while we were driving home and I explained it to her, I'm like, you don't have to. I'm like, you shouldn't lie. I said, however, I will tell you, I always respond the same way. And it's not, you know, maybe I have a lot of stress and I'm having a bad day or whatever. Any chance or any opportunity that you might have to make someone's day, a stranger, make their day better, you have got to take that opportunity, because that is just going to trickle down to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. And that's how we can positively impact anyone that we're around or we're encountering, you know, grocery store, the gas station, anywhere, DMV, post office, the airport, basically those three that, like, you're guaranteed to encounter someone who kind of wants to cut your head off. Right. You just gotta send out positive vibes. And
just remind them.
Don't hold them back just because you think it's weird. Like, that's where I feel like why someone might not engage with someone that they don't know, because it's like, I don't know them. And I feel like that's also an attitude that I just see a teenager having, like,
right.
Probably because I was with my little teenager niece who just turned 16. I was telling my mom, I was like, she's a brat. She's like, yeah. She's like, she is. Oh, you think so? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, she's sassy and she's bratty and she's, she doesn't get into trouble. And she's like a really good kid. And I'm like, but her attitude sucks sometimes.
I know. I just think that's that age group.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's how Ruby was.
But it's like, it's also, yeah, definitely. But it's also true. It's like, I think just reminding yourself that people are human, like making an effort. And I think it's mostly people in service, like in the service industry. I think that, you're just so used to, like, if you're on the other side of it, just being served by someone and not acknowledging, like, we are both human beings. Yep. We both have, jobs to do. And, thank you for the job that you're doing, or just that you're a human being. Yes. Hello. Yep. Have a nice day. You also, I would love for you to have a nice day. Yeah. It's like sometimes, like when you're like doing your Starbucks order, they'll be like, and thank you. And you're like, no, thank you. And they're like, oh, thank you. It's like, you just like, it's like a surprise, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, you're taking your time to, but how was your day? And of course, like we've joked about it before. I mean, when you say how's it going?
How are you?
How are you?
Like, well, it's a loaded question from a friend. It's right.
Right.
When it's over text, it's like, oh man, it's over text,
right.
Right. But I feel like too, a really, one thing to think about, maybe you're someone who you're realizing like, you don't do that all the time. And you want to have more of a positive impact on people that you encounter throughout your day. Think about it like this. I mean, if you're you just need to be more aware, like wake up, just like be more aware, because it can be very easy. It's very easy to fall into your routine and you kind of get into like this, mundane sort of, you kind of black out. It's kind of, you're driving home from the grocery store and all of a sudden you get home and you're like, holy shit.
How did I get here?
How did I get here?
How did I get here?
Because you've just been checked out.
Yeah.
Stop checking out and, I guess live your life more awake and coherent.
Be grateful for kindness and in turn give kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Love that message. We will end on that note.
Yeah. A force and divorce.
She's a divorce.
Gosh, that's so good. Okay. You guys, thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to
rate, review.
Okay. Rate, review, subscribe, 5-star rating,
5-star warning.
And we will talk to you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.